of this, my colleague Shrimi joins in as well from Delhi on the phone line. Shrimi, the general feeling is that no bad news is good news here. Fill us in on is there any material change? At least whatever little I've seen thus far, doesn't seem to be any.
No, no material changes as such, but there are a couple of hits and misses, of course, there in the bill. So I would start with the hits quickly. A couple of hits actually here that there are, of course, fewer pages, lesser section, subsection getting converted into main section, not many cross references of section, making it less cumbersome as in the past several decades, a lot of sections being added in the existing Income Tax Act. So that is being done away with. Now, many provision and sections have been curtailed. So that is a good point and a hit. Since it's being effective from FY27, is that what the proposal being made? So both individual and corporate would get time to align with the new changes. Of course, one important aspect here is that they're replacing assessment year with tax year. So again, this is a compliance thing where there are a lot of confusion around assessment year and previous year. That will be replaced with tax year. There are also some kind of strengthening you will see in terms of dispute resolution panels. So remember, a lot of focusing on, reducing the tax litigation, because we have seen 5 lakh crore around appeal pending, at CIT appeal level. So that kind of strengthening dispute resolution panel will help there. Lot of emphasis on the virtual digital assets and taxability of it, because earlier there were no kind of mention in the existing act about, cryptocurrency, etc. So now you will see a lot of those with the taxability and proper definition of virtual digital assets. Besides, there are also decriminalization provisions are there. They're replacing those with penalties. A lot of power being given to assessing officers. Now you will see a lot of audit being happening, as far as individual tax issues are concerned, corporate tax issues are concerned. So more power to assessing officers. Simplification of TDS and TCS you will see in the tabular format. So the approach being that it's more be formula-based approach rather than definition-based approach to deal with tax matters. Tax charter is another positive point, because there have been a pending demand to have a tax charter where taxpayers should know what are their rights. So that will be there. Clearer rules for non-resident Indians is equally important there. Strong anti-avoidance we need to see, because there is some misreporting related compliance is being introduced. More deduction is getting proposed in terms of EV loans, etc. But when it comes to misses, so they're talking about lot of these sections getting merged into subsection, but no substantial changes as far as actual reduction in number of sections are concerned. Direct tax law being an evolving law, with time this will lead to a lot of making the act bulky again. There are also no change in the rates, which was a general perception around. So it's more of a review to remove redundant provision of the act rather than a new act.
Yeah, well summarized, Shrimi. Thank you so much for putting that into perspective as well. That's Shrimi Chaudhary, who's been following this right from the word go, and some details out there. Now, I think just the point that we wanted to the reason why we want to circle the square and just get this done and over with is because in some sense, yesterday, if you saw no changes in insurance, no changes in capital gains, and there was some market belief, quarters of the market which believe that that would have been a positive in some sense for the markets, for those specific pockets as well. And I'm glad that is done. Maybe what we'll try and do is, if we can get in a quick word from Mr. Pranav Sehta, we'll try and get that going as well. But this being a non-event is actually good news, because you don't want this to have certain clauses or any kind of taxation matter related issues which might disrupt the sentiment around markets, particularly on the FI side, which has looked slightly wobbly in the last few days, weeks, months. So that aspect is very, very important. So Parag Thakkar is right. The idea should be to talk about what next, but just wanted to get this out of the way before we move any further.